It's funny because the last time I saw you a couple of weeks ago, we did all of Christmas, didn't we?
We did. We did Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
We were cooking. We were squabbling like an old married couple, weren't we?
But it was great for me. That was just great to get to know you properly because we sort of crossed paths because you also cooked on Lorraine as well.
Yeah, we have.
But and I hadn't realised that you'd had actually 20 years.
Yeah.
Working with food.
Yes.
Before you even started on Lorraine or with your books.
That's right. I think a lot of people tend to assume that I've just suddenly put a penny on, started cooking, as you do. Yeah. But no, I've actually been behind the scenes. I've been writing articles and helping writing recipes, formulating things like that for a long time. When I was married, it was something that I was doing, and I was really enjoying doing. And I cook, I tweet, I create recipes.
Because a lot of people don't realise that a lot of chefs, actually, somebody else does the recipe.
Yeah, I think some of them do.
But they do, don't they? They help develop recipes.
They do, but although I would hasten to add, I write my own recipes. I've got 2 recipe books out. I'm working on my 3rd, which I'm really, looking forward to.
But we're not chefs, we're home cooks, aren't we? And that's what we love, that family
Absolutely.
cooking thing.
A big difference. We cook from the heart, I think. And the thing that I love more than anything, and I think people, if you cook at home, you'll understand this, when you have people in the house or people come in, if you like cooking, the one thing you want to do is to get people to sit down and eat, because it's a way...
Jane agreeing with everything you said. That's Jane's heart. Look, it's making a heart pump.
Love food.
But you want
just
people,
doesn't like cooking.
You want people to be happy, and for me, the best way of showing love, like my mum, is, you come in, sit down, come in my kitchen, come and sit down, eat, and I've always got something on the go, or I'll quickly make lunch, and I love that. There's nothing nicer than sitting down with people and having an easy lunch. It could be anything. It could be beans on toast. I'll add stuff to it. I'll zhuzh it up. I like zhuzhing stuff. I think, being a cook, I'm going to take shortcuts and I'm going to sort of add a few bits and pieces to it. But sitting down and taking your time... I mean, you come from an Arabic family, so, of course, again, food is very important, isn't it, to that? My background is French, a little bit of Spanish and Scandinavian. So, again, food is very important to us. So...
But you've sort of been... So you've been behind the scenes, you're saying there. You've been kind of doing this... But then you did get thrust into the limelight a bit, didn't you, without particularly wanting to be. So the other side of that, how is life?
Life is good, actually. Life is good. It has been a difficult couple of years, actually. It has been tough, but anybody going through divorce is going to understand that. It's horrendous. Divorce is horrible. It's a really hard, sad thing to go through, and you've got to go all the way through from start to finish and get through, but you do come out the other side.
And it's hard for everyone, isn't it? But I mean, when you're thrust into the public eye because you're with someone who is very famous and very popular, I have to say, it is a little bit worse. It's a bit worse because you don't know where to start, and also it's annoying because I've been there myself. I used to be married to someone a bit famous. And so every time when I started doing work in the public eye, people said, "Oh, it's only because of who she was with." And do you find that a bit annoying? Because they do say that.
I don't think it's annoying. I think that when I was married, we worked very much as a team, and it was very much the thing that he was front of house, very much so, and he did an amazing job at what he did. He really did, and I'm exceptionally proud of that because I was very much part of that journey. But it is a journey, and I'm on a different path now, and this is now my journey and what I'm doing. And I'd like to think that if I can find something positive out of that, sure, people are going to say, "Oh, you were married to him. You still are married. I'm getting divorced." But at the end of the day, this is now my life, and I'm moving forward. And if I can be positive about that and find something for me, then that's a good thing. And I'm actually beginning to find that after all this time. I'm beginning to find me again, because you forget who you are, don't you? You really do. And I think women give so much of themselves. I'm sorry if there are any men in the audience. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking as a woman, but we tend to be such nurturers, and we give so much of ourselves to everyone else that maybe we forget about ourselves. And I now realise that if we focused on ourselves as much as we focus on everyone else, we can do anything.
I must say, I did want to say to you that I do find you quite inspiring because, obviously people were looking at all of your Instagram posts in the middle of the kind of the melee, and you've really been very dignified because, your husband cheated on you with summer. And I'm assuming that's correct, is it?
I discuss my relationship with my soon-to-be ex-husband as much as I was married to him. Everything else is incidental. A divorce is about the two people involved in that marriage.
Yeah.
Nothing else is important. But at the end of the day, yes, you know, if a divorce is horrible, if there is adultery, infidelity, then that makes it doubly worse, I think. It hurts. But again, it's something you can get through.
Particularly when it's in the public eye as well.
It's not easy,
Yeah.
I must admit. You know, I've had, yes, of course, a lot of press interest. I've had them outside my house. I've had them phoning my friends. But at the end of the day, you know, they're doing a job. You guys are doing a job. And I just think...
And you've got a teenage son.
I've got a teenage son.
Who I've met. He's
yes,
lovely.
he came into work experience as well on set, which is
But
great.
I'm interested at your reason for not changing your name, because I'd never thought of it that way before.
Well, I've been Hollywood for, probably nearly 20 years. And you kind of grow into that name. But more importantly, yes, I'm getting divorced, but I'm not divorcing my son. I'm not. He's a Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so I'm his mum. I'm not going to get rid of his name. And also another thing, I was thinking about this in the car on the way up. I was thinking, again, girls, we're kind of like Mr. Ben. Do you remember Mr. Ben?
Yes,
thing?
love
And
Mr. Ben.
you go into a room and you come out
Yeah.
as something else, and then you go back into a room and come out as something else. So I went into a room and I came out as Hollywood. I'm not going to go back into the room and change back into something else. No. I am Alex Hollywood. I write as Alex Hollywood.
Yeah.
I am Josh Hollywood's mum.
Yeah.
And that's the person I am now. That's the person I've grown into, and that's the person I'm going to stay.
Yeah, good for you.
Don't listen to people who say, oh, you're keeping the name because it benefits you. That's your name.
People can say what they want. I know what's right for me, and I know what's right for my son, and that's
for you.
important.
And what about dating again? Because, you know, you're gorgeous. I believe your son's been kind of urging you to get back out there,
Yeah, I
hasn't he?
think he keeps on saying, what about this, Mum? What about that? But I think, again, it's to do with the fact he's off to university in September. We're kind of going through that thing with the uni thing. And
Is he worried about you being lonely?
I think he's worried about
Yeah.
that, but I actually have a very exciting social life. I've got wonderful girlfriends who are fantastic. And I think, for me, the most important thing is I find out who I am first. I can't be any good with anyone else unless I'm good with me, and I'm getting there. So I'm quite happy being me, and I'm loving going out, and I'm getting all sorts of invites to go out here, there and everywhere, and I'm doing lots of things, and I've got a lot planned for 2020. So if it happens, lovely. If it doesn't, but I'm not like, I don't know, a handbag that's left on the tube and ends up in lost property.
You're not on Tinder.
No, I'm not. Because I don't need somebody to say, yeah, I'll have that one, that's all right. I don't need that.
Enjoy single life.
Absolutely right. This is a new chapter, isn't it? New year, new chapter. Absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Well, it's so great to see you, Alex.
Thank you.
Just obviously we have to do these things, and we did ask Paul's spokesperson for a comment, and they did come back by saying Paul does not talk about his private life, which is a bit like yourself, to be fair.
I don't talk about the private life.
It's a case of one chapter being closed
Absolutely.
and the next one opening for you. And thank you so much, Alice. Lovely to hear from you.
Thank
Looking
you
forward
for
to seeing you
having me.
both.
I'm
20
so
seconds.
excited. Sorry.
Now that it's family feasts, just so you all know. Thanks so much, Alice. Thank you.